All right. So, how was your week? What did you guys learn? What was anything exciting? Anything new?
No, it was recap the week. We
Okay.
just, yeah, do the same thing. We worked with API, and
Uh-huh.
that's it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yesterday we did the frequency counter with Mario. That was you.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, I have understood nothing.
So frequency counter, what does that mean? Was it like a project or just like a function?
The function, it was the algorithm class.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we started on that.
But you guys already know how to do that, no?
More or less, yes.
Did you count via like object properties or how
Yes.
did you? Okay, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, so you guys started data structures, right?
Yeah.
Have you covered runtime complexity?
Time complexity, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Good. Okay. So let's start. Who wants to be my first victim today?
Just a second.
Mhm.
Ready to go.
That's good. Let's open repo. When are you guys starting React?
It, how to say? Um, 21st of April, I think.
Yeah, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
one more week of JavaScript and then React.
Yeah, that's gonna be very fun for you guys. Okay, good. Have you guys built like prototype methods yet?
Prototype. Lavinia, I'm not sure because
Zarina is just asleep half of the class, so she's really not sure.
If we viewed them like array prototype, or
Yeah, so for example, you can build any custom method, right? Have you guys built any custom methods?
no, I don't think we've done that so far.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we will do that today. Okay, first let me just quickly show you something. Okay. Okay, good. So you know how every so like a string or an array or an object has its own built-in methods, right? So for example, you string that any string, and then you can use like to uppercase method, right? To convert it to uppercase. And these methods, they are built in on like a larger object that is a prototype of current like string or array or anything like that. So basically, these methods are provided to us by JavaScript, right? So you can actually build your own prototype method, and that will be very helpful for you to understand how these methods like came to existence in the first place. So today we will discuss that. So in order to build your own custom method, you can just say, so for example, with today we will work with array methods, right? So you can say array, and it's capitalized because now we are trying to build, so we're using prototype sort of property of the global array object, right? So every time you create an array, you create it with sort of like a help of global array object. So array prototype, so for example, my method. Right?
Yeah, when we use I have seen this prototype on different sources, but we skip it and use this method without this prototype, typing this prototype, yeah?
Yeah, so for example, if you go to MDN documentation and you read about any array method or string method, you will see that they're telling you, like, for example, array prototype, I don't know, for each, for example, right? So when we are using it on the array, so we don't need to say array prototype, because when you are creating an array, you are already sort of using that global array object, right? So you can directly apply this method, so let's say for each method, on an array, right? So that's why we don't need to do like array prototype, because in this case, so we when we are creating a method, so for example, now we are creating our own custom method, right? Then we need to turn to array prototype. Why? Because we want this method to work on every array that we create. Does that make sense? So we are saying that, hey, this method should work on all arrays. That's why we are sort of creating this method in the array prototype, like global object. Okay. So every method, and we discussed this before, like every method in the nutshell is just a function, right? So we can say the value of this method is going to be a function. And for now, let's not overcomplicate it. We're just going to return something like, this is my custom method. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in order to call this method, what we can do is we can create an array. So let's say, I don't know, numbers 2, 1, 9, 5. Right? So now if you want to call this method, so we can do nums that
My method.
my method.
And then call it.
Yep. And now if we run it, it will return this. So that's why when I say, for example, that every method has its own return statement, this is what I mean. Okay. So now
by default, yeah, every method has by default this return message.
Yeah,
Or
it returns something, right? It returns. So for example, if you use pop method of the array, it will remove the first, was it the first? I keep confusing. First element of an array or last one?
I think it's the last one.
Last one, right? Yeah. So it will remove the last element of the array, but it will also return that element if you store it somewhere. The element that it has removed, it will return it, right? But mostly because we don't usually like store this method, store this last element. You were just using it in order to manipulate the array, right? That's why we don't notice it. But in fact, it does return the element that it has removed. Okay. So think of each method as just a function that does something to, in this case, to your array, right? And then it has a return statement. So it either returns nothing, so then return will be undefined, right? Or it will return, like in the case of pop or unshift, it will return the element that it has removed from the array. Does that make sense?
Could you please repeat the last part? I didn't get it.
So for example, if you do nums, if you just do nums.pop and just console log nums, what are you gonna see?
Pop, I think we delete the last element.
Yeah, so it will be one element shorter, right? But this pop method also returns the element that it has removed. So if you save that and say the last element equals nums.pop, and you also log nums, and then the
We'll
last
have 5, yeah.
Yeah, it will return that, you see? So pop not only removes it, but it also returns the last element that it has removed.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
makes
Cool.
sense.
So now with the help of this knowledge, I want you guys together to build a custom pop method of the array. Okay? But the catch here is that you cannot name it pop. Because
we have already.
Yeah. So you can say something like custom pop. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna stop controlling. Okay, go ahead.
It means that
So feel free to brainstorm it and discuss it together. Hi, Kai. Did you just join? Hi there. Did you just join?
Yeah, I just joined there.
Okay, so just a quick recap. We are trying to build custom methods. So you know how, for example, array has its own custom method, like pop, shift, unshift, etc.
Yep.
So they're coming from somewhere, right? It's they're like built-in JavaScript methods. So today I'm showing you how to build your own custom method. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use array prototype, which allows us to build our own custom methods and use them on the arrays that we will create, okay? So for example, now we are implementing our custom pop method, which will imitate the regular pop method. So it will do exactly what a pop method does, but we want to like build it from scratch on our own. You know, does that make sense?
Yep. Okay.
So
I have one question before we go forward. So what's the difference between prototype and class?
oh goodness, that's a huge topic. One second, my daughter is here. One second.
Only 3 of us again?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Irina. Hi, Lavin. That's good. Have small group with a person, personal instructor.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm always trying to
Promoting,
come on Saturdays, but looks like they can't.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So if you guys want, we can have like a whole separate class because there's a lot of things that we need to discuss. If we go into like constructors, classes, prototypes, and I feel like this has to be like a whole separate class.
Okay.
What we can do, you guys covered classes and constructors, right?
No.
Very quickly, very
Yeah. It was very, just in
just on the surface.
All right. All right. So what I can do is next week we can talk about classes and constructors, because I feel like it will help you understand React better because React also has class components and methods. So what we can do is next week we can start talking about classes and constructors. And then maybe the week after, we can talk about prototypes, prototype chaining, all that stuff, because that's like a whole different discussion and it's going to be very deep discussion. Okay, so is that something that you guys want to
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, deal. Okay, then next week we will talk about classes and constructors because in React, first couple of weeks, you guys will be talking about class components. So that will really help you to like understand class components better. And then maybe the week after we will see, because I have to prepare a lot of material to talk about prototype and prototype chaining and like all that kind of stuff. So if I have time during the week, because my schedule has been really crazy lately, but I will do my best. And don't worry, like even if we can't do it for like nearest couple of weeks, I will make sure like I will take a mental note about it and we will have a separate class on that one. Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
of
Yeah.
course.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And if there's like something that you want to discuss, like any kind of topic that you're struggling with, just let me know and we will talk about it. Okay.
Last week we discussed about the logical operators, short circuits, and it was super helpful. It looks like we are like a pro. Little pro, like
I'm
now.
very happy. I'm very happy to hear that. Make sure that you use them in your code.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, like I started first I do the if statement and then I like refactor, but it works.
Yeah, perfect. That's how you should do it. First, start with simple, then enhance, right? First, make sure that your logic is working, and then you can improve it. For example, in like our tech lead, he doesn't like when we use if statement. He should use like something simpler, like and operator, for example. So he will always like point if you're using unnecessarily, like, because it's more code, and when you're working on a huge application, you want to have everything that's like precise and easy to understand, readable. So yeah, that's and definitely you should be able to understand them because you will see a lot of them in your projects that when you start working, you will see a lot of them in your projects. So yeah, make sure that you start practicing them now. Okay, that's my
Yep.
okay. So now let's try and build our custom pub method. And Kai, we are naming it a custom pub only because the pub method already exists. So we want to make sure that it doesn't conflict. So we are just whatever method we create today, we will name it custom something. Okay. Okay. So first, let's think about what pub method does to an array.
It changed the array.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it removes the last one
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and we become the
Okay, cool. Yeah.
We can find this last element by using array.length -1. And then do we need to just put it empty string?
Empty string?
Yeah, I'm always struggling with this removing without this methods.
Without pop?
Yeah, last
Yeah, I
week.
think. So yeah, do you remember that in the yesterday or the day before yesterday we did that lengths?
Should we try to do
Maybe we can get the lengths of the array
Mhm.
first, right? The array lengths is minus
Oh.
1, right? Should be array lengths -1, right? To get the last,
Yeah. Mhm.
and then assign to the array lengths, make it so for one less.
By the way, there's one more
Minus
thing
one.
that I forgot to mention is here, because notice that here in the function, there is no parameter. Why there is no parameter?
Because it's already array or
Yeah, so because we're saying, so for example, this array dot pop, right? We're
Yeah.
not passing any parameter when we're using pop method. So how does this function know what array is?
Should we write array with capital letter on line 2?
No,
Mhm.
no. Here, what we do is we refer to this, if you guys remember from the constructor,
Yes.
this. So this will refer to an array which you are calling this method on. If that, okay? So just briefly, like, how do you understand this? Like, what does this mean in JavaScript?
It was in this scope.
In this object, right?
Yeah.
Object which we are working on.
Okay.
And which is this object in this case?
Array prototype is our object, right?
Yeah, so like array, so inside the function, not, by the way, like old school function, not arrow function, because arrow functions work a little differently. So inside the function, this will refer to an object that you're using in order to call this function, if that makes sense. So for example, in this case, it will refer to an array that you're using to call this custom pop method, okay? So there was one explanation that I read once on Twitter, and I really tried to remember it because I really liked it. Because in the beginning, like, it was very hard for me to understand like the concept of this, right? So hold on, let me remember it because I forgot. So, so for example, you met your friend for coffee, and you are telling your friend the story that happened to you while you were getting to the coffee shop. Okay, so what happened is while you were on your way to the coffee shop, there was a lady who is your neighbor, and she has a really nice doggy who always wants to play with you, right? And that dog came to play with you, and let's say it was a little dirty, so it made a mess like on your white fancy pants, right? So you met your friend and you are telling your friend that story, right? So you're telling your friend like, oh, while like I was just leaving my house when I met my neighbor, and she told me that she really liked my pants, and her dog you know, is always playful. So the dog is like, so like her dog is, you know, tried to play with me and made a mess like of on my white pants, like left a stain or something. And then she apologized and she offered to pay for dry cleaning, right? So when you're telling that to your friend, on the first instance that you mention your neighbor, you say, you know, my neighbor, this nice lady, blah, 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 right? So in this case, this your neighbor who is a nice lady, think of it as like array prototype. Okay? Because you're saying, hey, this is my neighbor, she's a lady, and I'm talking about her right now, right? But then when you say she, like every time you refer to her, you say she, right? So she complimented me on my pants. She apologized for her dog. She offered to pay for the dry cleaning, right? So in this case, think of this as she. So you don't have to say my neighbor every time. From the context of this conversation, you will know who she is, right? So just like that, inside the function, the meaning of this will change depending on the context of this function. So then you're talking to your friend, let's say, and then you went to order coffee, and your barista, who is, let's say, a young teenage girl, right? Let's say she was really mean to you. So now you came back to your friend and you say, oh, this barista is so mean. She was rude. She I don't know, she didn't get my order right. She misspelled my name, etc., etc. Right? So in this case, again, you're saying she, but from the context of this conversation, your friend knows that now you're not talking about your neighbor, right? Now you're talking about the barista. So this is how JavaScript, from the context of the function, right? It knows that this will refer to this array, right? Then again, if you call your method on the nums array, right? So now this will refer to nums array. Because from the context, oops, sorry.
In this, but in this case we have pop, right? But we are writing the custom pop.
Yeah, sorry.
The custom pop, right? Should be.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Could you paste it for us? So does that make sense? So
yeah.
the you know the meaning of this, or not the meaning, but more like the object that this is referring to, will change depending on the context of a function. Okay?
Yeah.
So when you use this inside this function, you're just saying whatever array will call this method, right? So that array is this. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So now I want you to like talk about what pop method does and try to sort of recreate it in your code.
Okay. So now we are gonna say this dot, but we are not gonna use exactly this dot length.
Yeah. So this dot length means array dot length, right?
Right.
Yeah. Now we will get the last element, and then we have to remove it.
Yeah. How do you remove it?
Can you
Without
just-
the method.
Can I delete?
You can try.
how it worked? Like this, or before? Oh, it should be like something like that. And this, yeah. I don't know about the delete method, but
You can try. It's good to discover this, like discover how delete method works. It's a good chance for you to see.
did I return this?
Yeah, you need to, did you call it?
Console.
And
Oh, yeah, but I didn't console log it.
yeah, but you need to console log the nums array, right?
Oh, yeah.
So apply the method first, and then
Yeah, yeah.
if you want, you can store the value that it returns, like we did with the pop method. So you can check both.
Mm,
I guess there's no point.
oh, what is nums dot custom
Mhm.
and then mm,
Right. Mhm.
empty item.
Mhm.
Yeah, we need to cut off everything, right? It shouldn't be empty.
Yeah, so basically what delete method does and why
True.
Reading
like
a value.
yeah, normally when we use delete method, normally we don't use delete method. Why? Because delete method will return the same array length, but the element that you have deleted will be undefined, but it will still be there, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, that's why like
Yeah, I
delete is
think
fine when you're using it with an object, then it is fine. But in an array, it can lead to this kind of unpredicted behavior, so better not use it.
yeah, maybe we can do. Sarina, do you remember that I used to one of those our challenges? So assign the array length to that length equals -1. For example,
Yeah, got it.
can you leave that code you used it before? Oh, so yeah, this one, and then so
Equal that.
we got the last. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got the rest. Oh yeah, we got the lengths right of the, and here maybe this equal. I don't know, this and
This
length.
dot length, yeah.
Yeah, this dot length equal to is it dot length equal to this, so -1, and so we need one more -1 after that, I think. Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Oh. Inside the brackets?
I think outside.
Outside.
I'm not sure.
So
Here.
let me think. No, so yeah, maybe we need to get. So no, I think it should be inside the square brackets, but you need to get the parentheses, everything inside the parentheses. So we need to get the length
And then
and
-1.
then -1.
Oh, yes.
And
We will return this dot length. Yeah.
no, we need to not length, we need to return the array, right? This? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to return, but I think, yeah, we need to return.
Maybe I will do it like this.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just
No,
a second. Pops, nums.
no, this is 9. No, we have what we have 5.
One more. Yeah. It means that we have one more element there.
No, I
And-
think
Um,
where that array is. Oh, okay, we have nums right there.
yeah.
I think we need to return array, not the length.
Return this. It means.
Yeah, can we do that? I don't know. Yeah, can we try to do that? Oh no, let's. Maybe this. This length.
This length, it would be 4, and then 4 minus 1 is 3, and then 3 minus 1 is 2.
Yeah, we need. Yeah, maybe.
2.
Yeah, maybe without. Without this on the right side. Can you try to delete the square brackets? Yes.
Remove this.
But yeah. Remove that.
This one.
These two. This in the beginning too. It's just.
Which one? This one.
Yeah. Everything up to equal.
Like this.
No. So leave everything in parentheses, but square bracket. So we need to get the. We need to get the number here, not the value.
So right now, your array thinks that you're inserting 5 extra.
Yeah. So we need to get rid of this. In the first, this one. With square brackets, everything.
Square brackets. Oops.
No. Delete everything. Delete. So a square bracket deleted too. No.
Okay.
Inside the square bracket, no. Yeah, just this. Yeah, can you try this way? No, why? What is doing now?
So now it's removing 2 elements.
Oh, maybe one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, this
But
one.
you're supposed to return the element that you have removed.
We have to.
Oh, it should return
this.
Yes.
One. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you guys are confusing one concept here. There is a difference between mutating the current array and returning a new array. So here you don't need to return this because you are already mutating the length of the array on line 2. Right? You don't need to return that array again because you're already mutating it. Does that make sense? So you're operating on the same array that you're using to call this method. So you don't need to return the mutated array because you've already changed it.
You need to return new array?
No, because
we need to we need to return deleted one, right?
Yeah.
Because pop method doesn't return a new array. It mutates the current array, right? It mutates it. So this is what you're doing on line 2. You're mutating that array. but you need to return the regular pop method, not our custom pop method. Regular pop method also returns the element that it has removed.
Then yeah, before line second, we need to save that last element and return that one, I think. So yeah, so we need to. It should be a array or no? It's just a string.
No, just an
Yes.
element itself. It can be
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, last element, and then we need to assign it to
This
yeah,
one, yeah. It would be the last.
I think yes, this.
Yep.
Mhm. Good.
Okay.
Good job. How are you feeling?
With this length and then
Yeah, something's happening. We are getting some results, right?
yeah.
That's good.
Mhm. Okay, good. So let's build. So I think this kind of exercises really help you understand, the like the inner kitchen of this kind of, right? So it's
Yeah.
really helpful, I think. That's why I thought
Okay.
today it will be like a worthwhile, because now we're gonna build like a couple of simpler methods, and then we will move on to like more complex ones. And then I want to reserve last 30 minutes of our class to talk about the DevTools. Remember? I mean, probably most of the things that I'm going to mention you already know, but just in case somebody doesn't know, I want to make sure that you guys are aware of like different tricks you can do in the DevTools. Okay, so that's the plan. So now let's build a custom. How about custom splice method?
Splice. Oh,
That will be fun.
I hate
Yeah.
that method so much.
yeah, me too.
Well,
Because it's a little bit complicated and I'm always confusing when I'm using this method. Really. And
Slice,
that's why,
paste, slice, yeah, different methods which starts with S.
yeah.
Yeah,
okay, let's build custom slice first and then splice then. I think it will be easier for you to build splice if you do splice first. So let's do custom.
Once,
Yeah. If you want, you can look up what slice does.
I know only the split very well.
same. Mostly I use split, yeah.
Yeah,
Because our practices on Saturdays.
that's true. Oh, slice.
Slide.
It means two elements before.
Yeah, let's see the first lines. I think it's gonna.
Yeah, scroll up.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to? Yeah, I'm always just trying to understand the example. My method.
Oh, okay. Two means not index, it's a number, it's a count, right? It's a bison, it's deleting bison in the first animal slice two, for example.
But end is not included.
When it's not included,
The end, like the last, like the.
oh, okay. So
Or, yep.
if you give two, it's gonna so remove first two elements, right?
It's gonna start at index 2, I think.
No,
What?
first look at the
Zero,
first
one.
look at the first line, which is number three. So line number three, animal slice two, for example.
I think we start with
Yeah.
this second index or
So a slice
Okay. It's
starts
starting with the second. Yeah, I thought that
yes.
it's deleting first. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Confused. Yeah. Correct.
this means that we start with the second index and then until the first.
I mean, this is what is gonna return.
Okay, it's gonna return the shallow copy. Okay, it's not mutating, it's returning the new array, right? Slice, okay. Slicing.
Yeah, always selected from start to end, not included.
It's not included until the end.
Yeah, and then the start and end represents the index of items in this array.
Okay.
The original array will not be modified. It means that we start with the second index and
We stop at the
until the
fourth.
first. Yeah,
It's index based, right? Okay. Yes.
yeah. So now, for example, we will get index as a parameter.
Mm-hmm.
We can have two of them or only one.
Let's start with both indexes present. So start index and end index.
Okay. Should I create a new variable or
I think so.
So are they variables or are they parameters? How do you call a slice method?
it's a parameter?
Mm,
It means that we will have here
yeah,
start and end.
exactly.
Start and
Mm-hmm.
I get this. Mm, It means that we will call this custom price, and then, for example, 2 means that we 2 4. We will get here 2 and here 4.
Mm-hmm.
It means that we have to find this element.
Yep. Let's add a couple of more elements to our array so we can have a bit more wiggle room there.
2 more elements, or
Yeah.
is it enough, or one?
Sure. Yeah.
Then it means that we will have a new array.
Mm-hmm.
New array, and then we have to push when we find this by this index element, or we'll just push it into this. We can just for loop it.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, where's index? Or let equal 0 be this, yeah, this dot length, and then equals house. So now we are looping through this array, and then if if index equal to start
Okay.
and I will just do this simple one and then maybe. So it means that new array dot push this index, this
Okay.
value. And when we have this 4, we have to add all elements what we have until this index.
Right.
It means that index, if index equal to that, or I think, or index less than end. Yeah, I think. What do you think? I think something like that.
Okay. Yeah, let's test it. It's always a
And
good idea.
then we have to return what we will return new array.
Okay.
And then here new array. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. No. This is 0, 1, 2. We have it should start from 9.
Mm-hmm.
2 or 2, 3, 4, then until the 9 and 5. We have to have. Then
So-
we have to
I
this
think, yeah, I think.
this separately.
Do we need to start that I equal instead of 0? I equal to start. No? Start index.
Index would be 2 here, 2, and then we have to just, when it starts from the 2, it means that we have to push, yeah, and then check another condition.
Also, can you try?
Yeah, you're right. We need one more this with end, and then that's it.
It's smaller than end, maybe?
If, yeah. Smaller than end. Also push it, yeah.
Let's try.
Oh, what is that?
Should we do it in the loop?
But how we will find then elements when we are not using the loop? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we need to start looping in that starting index, right?
Yeah.
And in the And maybe is this this length? Do we need this length here?
I was thinking maybe instead of this length, maybe we can put
Maybe
and.
and maybe it's gonna be less than or equal, maybe,
No, because and is not included.
and it's not included.
Good.
Okay, yeah,
Perfect.
okay. It worked.
Yeah.
But what if we don't, what if we use only the start and we don't use end?
Let's try it.
What do you mean?
So
Like-
now
It's just two.
you guys have like a working method, right? So in case if the user uses both start index and end index, the method is working fine. But if you go back to the documentation,
Yeah, we have also
see
the
that, yeah, there is an option not to include the end index. So if end index is not included, then basically your method is supposed to slice from the start index until the very end.
Yeah, so maybe we need to put the or operator or something there. So can you go back? Maybe in that end as a parameter over there. No, not in the loop. Not in the loop. In the parameter. Maybe.
You mean something like that?
Oh no. That will not. Yeah, no, yeah, maybe they're in the for loop then. Or maybe we can create a variable for that and assign it with or. If we have and, it's gonna assign and. If it's not, then length, array length.
You mean here? Yep.
Can we do an if statement? If we have start and end? Look
Yeah,
like
I mean,
if
so yeah,
not,
we can, yeah, I think we don't need to create if, just a logical operator. Use the logical operator, the const and index, for example,
Index?
and equal to end index. Yeah, just to be clear.
And index, okay.
And index equal to and if it is and logical or no, it's pipes, two pipes. So if we don't have that, then array length.
This, yeah, this length.
Yeah, this length, yeah.
And then here we just use this one.
Yes.
Yep.
Can we try this one?
Yeah, it works.
So yeah,
We need to remove this one, yeah?
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
Okay, you are a genius guy.
Yeah.
No, it's just helping all our exercises. Yeah.
Let's try it.
Is it working?
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so yeah, can you make just start with 2 and end with 3, for example, in custom slice?
Yep.
Okay, it's working. Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you start with 2 and end with 20?
Oh, you should give us my
20.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, bunch of undefined. Yeah, that's a good test case.
Yeah.
Then we need to eliminate. Yeah, so we need to check, right? Then and value, so an index value. We need to check if it's. Can we? I think we can check it right here. This length or this length.
It should.
I think, yeah, we need to work on this line 15 and to make sure that it's checking.
Mm,
If it's
when and is it should be less than this array length. Am I
yeah,
right?
we can use the ternary operator then, right? Then yeah, to make this logic then. If and is so more than this length, right? Is
Yeah,
and is more than this length, then return this
this length.
length. Otherwise, return and. Right?
And mhm. Yeah.
Wow, it's working. Oh my goodness. Looks like.
Cool.
So is it correct, Asel?
Could you just call custom slice with 2 without a second?
One, two, wow, but broke something. Okay, then we need to have this logic. Yeah, our this Turner operator is kind of have a bug.
So you fixed one thing, but you forgot about the previous thing.
Yep. Oh, you know, maybe, yeah, we need to do this. Can you put, so all this ternary operator should go in the second part after O, but before it's pipes, 2 pipes to put and. No. So in the beginning, put and. Yeah.
Where? Here?
So before and, yeah, and pipe. These 2 pipes. Yeah. And to put everything in the parentheses, maybe. Yeah. No, it's not working. No, it's not. So before it was working and or length, right? It's getting and, but now we have this.
And this is maybe just this length.
Gonna return always this length and.
But then if you
Yeah,
write,
yeah.
if you write 20 as a second parameter, as a, argument.
This.
I think
So try to use regular if statement in this case, and
Yeah.
then you can modify it, because you guys are still like struggling with Turner operator.
If
Yeah, now like I want you to spell it out, like in which case and should be what? Like you have 2 edge cases now, so make sure that you include them, okay?
So yeah, you can copy paste it const and index and equal. Yeah, and then.
where?
So yeah,
Inside.
so yeah, before if, just to assign the value.
to initiate.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, now it's gonna be.
Can't initiate with const without a value, so it has to be let. So what are the edge cases?
First edge cases is no end index, right?
Yeah. So how do you define it in your function?
and equal this.
Yeah, but then it will have to be an empty string, which is not the case, right?
No, just and. So leave it and. If there is and, it's gonna be true. If it's no, it's gonna be false, right?
Yeah.
If it's false, no. So don't put anything. No, no negation. And then if it's false, if it's true, it's gonna put. Okay, yeah. What we are looking for here? If it's we are looking for if it's false, right? Oh yes, yeah. We need to negate. I think yeah. Then if it's true that there is no value, then we need to end index assign this length.
Yeah.
I think.
This length. Mm-hmm.
What else?
More than this length.
Yeah.
If and it should be the same thing, yeah.
Oh, we can. Then we can put them everything in one, or in the same line in 18 with or, right? And else, just end.
Good.
Just a second. One more. Yep. Let's modify it.
Yep. Now you have the logic, so you don't have to struggle coming up with a logic, right? So now you can change it to like a ternary operator if you want.
This.
Yeah.
Return this. Oh.
Yeah.
I think you need to just delete and index. Just delete and
Oh, yeah.
you don't need to assign.
But here,
Yeah. So they are to delete. I think.
Because you're already storing the value in the
here.
beginning.
Yeah. Is it working?
Just a second. More than and when we have
Just two.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. And can you just two? It's working, right?
Yeah.
Good job.
This was so nice. Can we apply for jobs all together, like one person?
I think we have. Yeah, I think we have to. We have to organize a job interview Zoom call and help each other.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You guys make a good team. Good job. Okay, so good. So now let's build Splice. It will be easier for you now.
Not sure about it.
Oh, before that, do you guys want to have a break? Or you want to have after Splice?
Maybe after Splice, but
Okay.
depends on you guys.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm fine.
It's so nice to hear.
So yeah, if you need take a break, so I said that just let us know. Oh, we can we can work by our own. You can take a break. Yeah.
Change the content. Here is removing or replacing elements and or adding a new element. To create a new place.
Don't worry about the to spliced. Don't worry. Don't go there. So let's focus on splice only. So splice can accept three elements or three parameters, right?
Yeah.
The start index, end index.
Remove.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what we add.
Yeah. So it can first element is the index where it will start splicing. Second one is the number of items it should splice. And third one is optional, which is basically the element that it can insert instead of the spliced elements. Okay. But it's optional. So if there is no third element, it will just remove the elements that it's supposed to remove. And if the second element is 0, like in this case, then it doesn't remove anything, it will insert. But first, start slow, like start just from removing elements. And remember that splice will mutate the original array. That's the difference.
Mutate, it means modified or?
Yeah.
Okay. So index, remove index or remove.
It's more like number of items.
New. It will return as this. No.
So in this case, it will not return anything, right?
Okay.
It just mutates the original array. So like return value will be undefined, but yeah, it just mutates the original array.
Do we need here string when we use numbers?
If we need what?
Do we need here string when we add something?
No. If it's numbers, no.
So now what we have to do is we're also will looping to find this index.
Yeah.
It would be the start point, or what was that? This first item. 1, 0, February. Instead of 1, there is a new element.
So at index number 1, we are gonna delete 0 elements and we are gonna introduce February.
Okay. In this case, 4, 1, maybe 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we remove June. Yeah. We remove June. And then we add, instead of June, this May on the 4th index. I think we have to loop it through, yeah. This dot length. And then we have to check, yeah. Do we have remove number?
Yeah, but now should we start our loop? Should we start at index as it happened in previous? You know, our loop is started at let I start. Should we start?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Index, yeah. Am I right?
I think so. I might be wrong though.
Index, then it will start looping. And then we are reassigning this first element. It means that in new array, this dot would be equal to new element. Yeah.
Also, I was not busy.
Yeah, I think so. But
I have said just overall to understand what we have to do. What did you say, Lavinia?
yeah, I was thinking this I, it's gonna be how would I say that in English? Because of num, we have to figure out num first.
Should we check if with if statement?
Yes.
If number equals 0, then what we have to do? We have to just reassign this new element into this. Oh,
But why 0?
when we have here 0, it means that we
Oh, okay.
don't remove, we just add the new element in this, in the first index.
Right. Yeah, I got confused with like the index. I thought.
Yeah. And then here, for example, we just remove it. Oh, it means that, you know, when we just reassign, it means that we don't have we did this thing, I think, when we replace here, you know. Yeah.
You mean like we introduced it in the array?
Yeah. When we reassign it, it means that we just change, yeah. For example, here it was June, and we just reassign it to May. But when it's 0, it means that we add new element, and then this element with index 1, it becomes index 2.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Yep.
here I think it would be the wrong.
So are we putting? Yeah, I think in this case we need to do the copy of the rest of the. For example, if we are adding in index 2, for example, right, the rest to make a copy. that part, the rest part, and then put it, put that new value and attach that the rest again to that.
I think you just need a comma between new element and
Okay.
When it is equal. When it is not equal, we have to check if there one or two elements that we remove. For example, here, why did I? Yeah, we remove two. Do we need to check every time this num? Yeah, because when it's one, then we remove one element. When it's two, then two, and so on.
so when it's greater than 0, right?
Yeah.
But like, for example, here at line 41, we have new element, and then this new element won't be it will be introduced.
It would be instead of
I wonder if we can console log.
yeah. Can just remove this part and
what we have so far, guys, sorry. So we are doing
we're trying to do something. Oh, it's for loop, that's why. No, there is nothing changed. Or 1, 2. Yeah, nothing changed. So, we are trying to check if number equal 0, then we want to have the same array, but we will add in this index
After that index.
or after, it was after, yeah, or in
No, in front. Oh my god, so confusing.
as index, yeah, as this index we will add the new element, but I think it's the wrong one. It's not correct because we are,
is it adding 8 or no?
yeah, we will add the 8.
Is it adding?
No,
Not yet, right? Okay, yeah, because I'm seeing the 8. Okay, we have 8 in the
yeah,
number.
I can just remove it to not be confused.
Okay, so is this 2? Is what was it 2? It's gonna
It's
be
an index.
index 2. Okay, we're adding it to index 2, right? It
Yeah,
should
this 8.
after 2, 1, so before 9, right? Between
Yeah.
1 and 9, okay. Then we
It
are
should be
adding
here.
0 means just
We are not removing yet anything
oh,
in
okay.
this array.
We are just adding, okay.
Yeah.
And then first,
Um,
oh, yeah, maybe no, guys, maybe we need to So yeah, what is it? 40, yeah, so on the line 41, the code means. So you are putting this inside the array new L. What is it? New L?
New
8.
element at 8, yeah. It means that we have to show here that new element would be in index that we give. It means 2. It should take a place in this array by index 2. Then what does it mean? Can we do like this? Index.
So this is spread operator, right? You're using spread operator here. But,
Okay.
it edit.
Can you see it? But I removed this.
Oh, okay. Instead of it's 9,
Yeah.
right?
It's not the right one.
Okay.
So we just reassign this on the second index.
Can you do? Yeah, I think in this case, before adding, I think we need to make a copy of the rest from that. Maybe we need to cut. So in the previous one, right? Slice. We need to slice out the rest, starting and add it back. I think. Do you remember, guys? We did slice out from that index, and in this case. We have this num, right? Num is oh no, what is it? Num
Num
0
is
is for
number of elements that we are including in our array, I think, or no, that we are deleting from our array.
No.
so yeah, since we are not deleting, and two is the index. Okay, two. Yeah, starting 2 plus. Yeah, we need to make a copy. I think first in the first place.
Copy of element or whole
Array.
A whole array, the rest after number after index 2. For example, we're adding 1, right? Because now it's deleting, right? So instead of it's adding 8. So we need to make a copy of the array. So starting from index 2, right? Yeah, index 2. So starting from 9 to the end.
How to do it? This
I think so splice. Yeah, so yeah, we did that splice before. So can you? Oh, okay. When we can. So can we use this
okay.
method or just we can use our custom slice method from here? I think we can use our custom slice here. Or just to get the code from there. How we're doing this new array? Look at the new array. We are returning new array. Push. Yeah, look, this for loop, right? It has the starting and ending index. It was getting slicing out our. So in this case. We need to slice out that part. And then we can just push it back. So, or push it or just, yeah, using that spread operator, we can just.
Should I use slice? Slice or slice? What was that? Slice. Yeah. Do you mean like this?
Yeah, and assign to the new array. Yeah, so yeah, we need to store it somewhere. I think it should be before for loop. It's not inside the for loop.
Will we use this slice hours code, or it's just
Yeah, we can use just slice. And slice, it's gonna start from that index.
and then this until the end, yeah?
In this
Am I
case,
right?
yes. Yeah,
Like this?
yeah, we are not deleting, right? Everything with splice. Yeah, I think maybe.
Let's see. Yeah.
And now what you did this, added this index on 43, right? And you have, so what was it, this? You were
This,
Copying.
yeah, she created a copy of the over there.
Is it getting the copy? No.
Good. We splice it, this one. Correct. It works. We slice it. We slice it.
It worked, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we have that part saved somewhere, and yeah, later on we can just put it, and that 42 on the 40 line 42. What do you guys? It was inserting correctly, right?
Yeah. But we just reassigned this new element into array by second index, but we removed this, this one.
Yeah. And
Okay.
now,
We can just
how can we add that after?
we have to add in front of the oh no. In this case, when we splice it, so the general one, we will just modify our array.
Right.
We will not get the new one.
No, we'll get them.
Oh, we can just concat it, yeah, with this part.
Yep. Concat.
But now what we have to do, when is number equals 0, it means that we have to add instead of but we need this two numbers or two, we just
Oh.
remove them, but we need them to.
Oh, we removed them. Okay, but yeah, but how we removed it?
But why do you? Because you slice it.
But we sliced it to the new array, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
When we are slicing, it's creating the new array, right?
yeah,
It's not
that's true. So it means that we can just here reassign this element into 8,
Um,
and then just let's cut this and concat with this part.
so why we are looping? Why we are using for loop?
I thought we need this index, but yeah, maybe we don't need it because here we have already
Yeah.
this index.
But
Let's remove it. Yeah, it's
Okay, now look, we have the first. Now we need to get the first part, right? We now we get in the new array. We did copy of the last part.
yeah.
But now we need to get the first part before index 2, right?
Yeah. Just a second. I want to do it like this. So now we have two arrays. Yeah. It's a
Maybe. So at least make it work. Yeah, maybe we can have to start array and the ending array, and to put that new element in between with spread operator.
Oh, do I need to slice it one more time?
Yeah, let's try.
So it means that this const maybe start
Yeah,
Start
start
array.
Yeah.
It means that we have to this slice.
Slice.
Oh, slice. We have to slice start from the 0
And
until the index.
mhm,
Yeah,
yep.
let's see. Start array. Okay, good.
Okay, we have this part, and we have the end part. And now, so can you try to do that spread operator? Just spread, right? Return and with a spread. Also, but you have this logic, right? If it's if it's 0, then we need
Yeah. If it's 0,
with 0. If it's gonna just move out the separate into 2 and put everything in the middle, right? If it's 0. But if it's so, but what if it's replace, right? Oh, it's not replacing splice. Yeah, I don't remember. It's just inserting or replacing with.
when we have 0, it means that we just add a new element in this
Oh, it can
index.
also replace. Look, it can also replace, right? It
Yeah,
can
when we remove it,
or
for example, when we have 1 or 2, then we remove it
When
or
we have
replace it.
0, yeah, when we have 0, we don't delete anything.
Yeah, we just add in a new element in this by this index, and then push it this one to another index. We just
Yeah,
change indexes.
so yeah, but maybe we can just at least to make it work this insert part first, right? And then think about that replace.
Yeah.
Okay. Then can you try to create that the or return or just console log in that not inside but the outs. Oh yeah. So you inside. Yep. If it's 0 inside, so return and that using spread operator, right? Just to make a new array. So can we use spread operator? I think we can do that. So spread operator and put the start array in the beginning. I think you need to do that dot for this.
Dot?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In the beginning. It's and
Like
then
this?
plus, right?
Oh, and then
Comma.
new element,
Yeah, now new element.
and then do we need here also this?
New array.
Do we need this one?
No, not
Just
no, not space.
I will remove it, yes. Just a second.
And I think we should put everything in an array, like brackets.
Oh yeah, it should be in the square brackets, yeah.
You need comma after 1, after plus, after yes, yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
or before?
You see, it's complaining.
Yeah,
We don't
before,
need. Yeah,
after.
perfect.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, I think we don't need any plus. It's not concatenation. It's a spread. Just comma after start array, comma. Yeah, I think it should be just comma.
Oh, we have lots of console logs. Just a second. This here.
You can also delete here.
I can see nothing. Here, oh, we have this array.
It added, right?
1, 2, 8, yep. 5, 6, 7, yep. But we didn't modify this array what we have.
Yeah, so we worked on different array, basically, right?
Yeah, we are
It's
just
a new-
console logging. Yeah, we are just console logging.
But our nums array, it stayed.
Oh, do we need to mutate it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, then
Mhm.
And what if
Maybe
we
push it
change 2 instead of 2 we start at index 3 and we delete 1? Would that still work?
here.
Yeah.
No, because we have just this condition.
yeah, if we're mutating, then instead of using start array, we can use that nums array then. I mean, no, I mean,
This-
so
this
not
slice.
yeah, in there, yeah, when we are kind of putting all the arrays again, we need to add everything to the nums then.
Where I have
You
to
were-
add the nums.
And you were doing that before, right? So inside the if statement, do you remember your code that you were putting 2, 1, and it added the 8, but it removed 9. Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
how you did that part. But yeah, I think maybe we need to use that logic if we use if we have to mutate array, but not to create new one.
Do you guys want some help?
Yes.
Hmm?
You guys want some help?
Yeah. This like index.
Okay, let's see. So what do you have so far?
Nothing.
We got the new array with so inserted, but it looks like so we shouldn't have new array, right? We have mutated the old.
Yeah. I think we still should loop for some reason.
So let's recap what splice is supposed to do. Splice is supposed to start removing from this index, right? This
Yeah.
specific number of elements, right? And optionally, it will return, it will insert these elements, right? So let's start with just first 2 parameters. First 2, and then we will deal with the third one. So we need to start splicing from this index, right? And we need to remove this number of elements. Okay, so what you guys did is start array, this that slice 0 and then index, right? Okay, so this is like the beginning of the array, which should remove, right? So then you should have end
And is in 7.
hmm?
So end array is in 37.
37.
On line 37.
Yeah.
This is the end one.
Yeah, but we just need to rename it.
That slice index this that length. But this is not an AND array. Because what if you need to remove 10 elements?
Yeah, we need to add logic there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so here, this part is, I think is kind of easy because you just need to do index plus num, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
If 0, it's gonna stay same.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. So now, okay, could you move this part and place it here?
Should I rename it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then we need to basically say that but we need to mutate the original array, right? So actually what we can do is we can combine these two. What we can do is we can say let's say temporary array. So this one will hold the temporary values. Is this part, this is the start, right? Could you cut this, please?
Cut or copy?
Cut. Place it here. Dot concat, right? And could you cut this, paste it inside concat? Okay, cool. So now we need to get rid of this. Okay, and now what we can do is, okay, what's happening here?
We were checking if number equals 0, then we will just add this new element between these two arrays.
Okay, so we don't need this anymore. Okay, and now what we need to do is first we need to empty out the current array that we're trying to mutate. So what we can do is we can just say this dot length equals to 0, right? And we
Push.
can, yeah.
But
So we can look through the temporary array and push all of the items from this array to this.
Asel, I think we can just we can not do the 0, but we can make it until the index.
or maybe
Why
temporary
we
lengths.
do it empty? So yeah, we can leave it 2 and 1 in this array, and then push the new element, and then push the rest. So in the temporary array. You know what I mean?
Can we just
Yeah, but what if you will insert a whole bunch of new elements there?
With push? No? Yeah, I mean, so you deleted everything now in this nums, right? So if you can just leave the first two, so up to index, for example, in this case, up to two elements should stay in that nums array, right? If you do this length equal to index 2, it's gonna leave the first two items in the length, so we don't need to put them again.
It means that we can remove this
Yes.
splice, yeah, this one.
Okay, yeah.
And
So-
then and this length equal to index, for example, not 0.
index. Oh,
So it means 2, right? In this case.
how do you, could you close this pop-up?
Oh, sorry. Oh, what's that?
Cool. So now we just need to look through our temp array. Right?
Mm,
Okay, now we are so not caring about new elements, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So this, that push element, right?
mhm.
Okay, now let's try for now. So what are we testing now?
So yeah, for example, to delete 2 items in the middle, yeah, after second index, 2.
Okay.
So the expected result is what?
Expected
0,
results
1,
will be
2.
1 and 2, and then 6, 7, right?
Yeah.
9.
So does it start, so original splice, does it start cutting at 9 or does it start cutting at 5?
I think at 9.
9.
Including, right? Yeah,
So
include.
including 9?
I think it's inclusive, yeah.
Okay, so we are expecting 2, 1,
6,
6, 7.
5, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's test it. Two, 1, 6, 7, 5, 4.
Mhm.
Okay. So what happens if the new element is inserted? So then we can just do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mhm.
So then if we insert 5,000.
Wow.
Hello.
Yes, working.
But the issue with the current solution is that it can also be like you can insert anything here. So you can, for example, insert bunch of elements, I think.
Mhm.
Splice, right?
Yeah, I think yeah, above again.
Yeah, you see?
Mhm.
So for that specific case,
Do you need to have array?
so the thing is, we don't know how many elements that the user will want to insert. That's the thing. Like we cannot do new element 1, 2, 3, 4 because we don't know exactly how many elements. It can be none, right? It can be something. And by the way, now we have another edge case. So if we return to our previous, you see?
Mhm.
So what we can do, first of all, how do we deal with a bunch of new elements? So for that, you can use REST operator here.
Mhm.
REST operator in the parameters inside the function means that whatever, like doesn't matter how many other arguments you will have, they're all are in this under this new element. Okay, so
Mhm.
now, for example, if I add 500, 600, 700, it will insert all of them under the new element. Okay,
Oh,
but
so
here
I think
again,
it's creating, right? It's creating the array inside it.
yeah, I think it will like wrap them in an array or something. So in this case, I guess we don't need
Yeah, we
square
need to
bracket.
maybe.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it worked. Yep.
So that's one problem solved.
Mm-hmm.
Still, we have a problem if we don't pass anything. Do we have a problem then?
No, I think
No?
there is no problem. No.
It resolved with rest, I think. No?
Yeah, because in that case, it will be an empty array. So
Mhm.
empty array concatenated with another array will not create an issue.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does splice return anything?
No.
Mutates the original array.
Yeah, it would be the mutate array.
But I have one question. The only thing I didn't understand, why did we do index plus num on line 38?
38. Index plus num?
We slice, yeah.
So that's because we want to make sure that we remove these elements that we need to remove. So what's happening is here we are saying index.length, this.length equals to index, right? So if index is 2, then it means that at this point, our array looks like this. 1 or 2 and 1, right?
Right.
So what does temporary array look like? Temporary array looks like this. Index plus num. So in this case, 2 is the index plus num equals to 4, right? So it means that we start at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Right? So we are adding this number of elements because we want to exclude 2 numbers after index 2. Does that make sense? Because if we just start at index here,
Sure.
if we just start at index, then it will cut this part of an array. Oh, could you paste here? Oh, could you copy that part starting from 9?
Okay.
Sorry, copy.
Oops. I'm trying to copy, but
So if we just do index without index plus num, it means that we are cutting starting from 9. So when we concatenate them, it will be the same array. But we want to exclude these 2 numbers, right? So that's why we are doing index. So
we
index
don't need them. Yeah, that's why.
plus 2. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna handle insert and replace cases, right? Because so in case with 0, we are just inserting, and it's gonna be just index equal, num equal to 0. But if we are replacing some of them, we need to just to remove them. Yeah, it's helping us to remove that unnecessary items.
Okay.
That's so interesting. Just a plus sign. It's, yeah.
Yeah. It's a different, it's a logic, right? To understand computer.
And it really gives you like a new perspective on these methods, right?
Yeah, I was thinking it's gonna be the replace. It's gonna have a so we have to write bunch of code, but it was only to add this new L in the beginning, and that's it, right? It was so simple.
Yeah.
Simple. I would never think about this, but yeah, this. So now we know.
Mm-hmm.
It was so difficult.
Mm?
It was so difficult because I'm struggling with the normal spliced and
Yeah, but
Okay.
really good exercise. Yeah, understanding.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys want to build custom map method?
Nap.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Which method?
Map.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Zarina, do you want to continue sharing or are you too tired?
Who
Yeah,
wants to
okay.
share?
I'm okay with Zarina.
So Kai is not tired of watching Zarina type.
Yeah, yeah, she's doing good.
What I have to do?
So yeah, we're just basically doing the same thing, but with the map.
No, I thought, should I type or give another person?
I mean, if anyone wants to take over, I'm fine. Like up to you guys.
I can't do it today. Sorry, guys.
Okay, Zarina. So I think we're just gonna watch you typing.
I got it. That's why I'm doing my job.
Mhm.
So, what was the map?
You are on duty today, Zarina.
Object key value pair. Oh, mm,
So what does map expect as a parameter?
array. Oh, as a parameter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Map is a higher order function. It means
Yeah.
what?
It's looping. Or
So if a function is called higher order function, what does it
oh,
mean?
a callback function inside. Or what
Okay.
is that?
Yeah.
But we will return new array. Yeah.
Yep.
And the length of that new array should be the same, right? It's not deleting.
Yeah.
Should be
It's just
changing.
create a new one. Yeah.
You create a new with the same.
Yeah, we will just have some condition and then.
Yeah, change the value
Mhm.
and then return it.
We will multiply it by 2 or what we will do.
Yeah, let's do it. Multiply.
It means that with inside this function, we need one more function. Yeah? Or no?
Is it okay to write a function inside another function?
I mean, you can, but that you
Command
just
it.
a callback function that is your parameter, right?
So should I write index array callback over there at 54?
Index and then callback function like this. Mhm.
No, you can literally say callback in a, you don't create a function there, so just callback.
How will we use it then? This callback
Yeah, that's a good question.
as
So
a function or
first of all, what is the role of a callback function in a map method? So now let's say in your custom map, you want to convert all numbers into strings. Or you want to multiply each number by 2. How would you do it? Like, let's call it on 62, so you can picture it. Line 62. Yeah, because when you call custom map, you're supposed to, no. You don't need to, yeah. So custom map is just regular map, right? So if you wanted to multiply each number by 2,
it means
how would you call your regular map function? How would you implement it if this was just map?
I always do like this, and then element,
Okay.
and then each element multiplied by 2.
Return.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So this callback inside your map is now this callback function in your parameter. And what happens behind the scenes? Just like if you were explaining this map, how would you explain it?
So we are looping through this array
Yeah.
and then get each element and then multiply it by 2.
Oh, okay. So let's start by looping.
Yeah, do we need to create separate callback function outside of here?
No?
Call it, no?
I already have a callback. Let's not use another higher order method inside.
Okay.
Let's just use good old for loop. Right, but your result shouldn't be okay, cool, yeah. So right now we are assuming that it will just multiply by 2, right? Okay, let's do that and let's run our function.
Oh, no. There's nothing.
Yeah, because you are console logging nums, you're not storing it in.
Okay. What time here? This.
There you go. Okay. now you just need to do the same thing, but instead of multiplying each number inside the loop by 2, you need to call your callback function on each number.
Okay, that's interesting.
Callback function is a function that we have to create or what?
No, it's in your parameter, callback.
Okay.
So you just need to call it on each
Okay.
number.
Do I need to? But this is not the function. Oh, maybe just call it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
But you're not calling your callback function.
We need to write some
Callback
web
function.
callback, something like that, but how?
Mm-hmm. And inside your callback,
Mm-hmm.
you should have,
Oh, okay, this one, yeah.
yeah,
This dot no
call.
multiply by 2, yeah.
No. Multiplying will happen when you call your custom map. So now get rid of the multiplied by 2 thing. Mm-hmm. And now when you call your custom map function, where are you? Line 65. Line 65, you need to pass a callback there, like you would do with a map function.
How to do it? Actually, I
What
usually
you normally do with map. So inside map, you have a callback. So you need to pass the same callback into custom map. That's it.
this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, but just type it.
No.
Yeah, and
Like
you don't
this?
return statement if it's on the same line and you don't need curly braces, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah,
Oh.
you need to also log in
Also,
your
yeah.
Oh, I remove it. I'm sorry.
Lavinia did it.
Ah, okay.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is very interesting.
Mm-hmm. By callback function.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can we see what we have in the original one?
Yeah, you can Google like map method
It was too easy.
JavaScript.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's because
Yeah.
we have implemented everything, right? There's a lot.
Excuse me, so guys, can you go over again? Because yeah, I get a phone call. I missed some part.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Okay.
looks so.
Feel free to go over this, Zarina and Lavinia. Try to explain it to Kai. And I'm gonna get my charger because my laptop is about to die.
Yep.
Hmm?
So there is a callback function. We just for loop it through this array, and then we call this callback function, but as a parameter, we just add here this part, callback.
Oh, okay. So in the map, in the custom map, it's just looping through and pushing
The
one
callback parameter.
Yeah,
callback.
callback.
This I, right? This I.
Yeah,
One item every time, right?
So you
yeah,
basically in push you have to call the
Yeah,
callback, and inside your callback,
and you are getting one item every time, right? This I.
yeah.
And
But you
interesting.
didn't use like the other how do you say, you know, that map has also like an element and an index and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
We did not implement that.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, it's just the simple, it's easy way. Okay, get the element. That's interesting. And you can use call this custom map and do some different stuff. Okay.
Yes, but in the parent, basically you're just gonna loop
Yeah, yeah. It's
and you're gonna tell your loop what do you wanna do.
mhm. And we can so name it as we want, element, item, and then L. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yes, it is. I'm curious, how many hours did it pass from our 2 hours or one and a
Two and
half?
a half. 2.5, I think.
2.5?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we are yeah, usually until 4 p.m. from 1 to 4, right?
Yes, my laptop clock is set it for Romania time, so that
Oh,
yeah.
why you living in Romania time?
Uh, it's easier sometimes for me when I have to call my parents or something. I just look at the time and I'm like, okay, it's 4 o'clock or
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Okay, this is
what are we doing?
Nothing.
Okay.
This is Zarina. Okay, I thought that somebody else joined.
No, it's me.
I
I've
don't
just
know
missed.
why people don't join.
I don't know.
I think we only three of us so wants to have a job. Other people have jobs, so they are busy. They're working.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so cool to learn this insight,
Yeah, because
right?
I all
Mhm.
I always try to understand this callback function, but mm,
Twins, what's called? Yeah, but yeah, I still say struggling to yeah. So why it's okay? Callback there as a, and it is returning new. Okay, this callback. Yeah, I'm not getting why it's callback. So why it's call
Where?
I think because it's inside the
callback
function.
function? Yeah, callback function. It's just okay. In this case, it's only returning the element, right? But we can add something more, right? Logic inside the callback function.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because it's only simple kind of return of as item here.
Yeah, it seems like.
Okay,
Mm.
we can add more complex logic inside this callback, right?
Mhm. I was now confused when we were doing this part. I was just confused how we will paste this logic into this callback function. I thought we will just create a new function with name callback, and then inside this logic and then we will just call this here, but yeah, it works another way.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so this is like the first part of the map, right? But you guys know that map method can actually accept 3 parameters.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
What are they?
Should I open?
Element, index, array.
No.
Map method can accept element,
Element, index, and
uh-huh,
then array.
right? So how would you pass index and array to your callback function?
Callback function here.
Hmm?
Do we need to create index? Or we can just... No, we have to add here, I think. Just type index or what?
No, it's a parameter inside the
Insert callback. Here.
On line 54.
Yeah, 54, yeah.
Inside callback function.
So you see, you still guys are very confused.
Yeah, with this callback.
When you are using higher order methods, it means that you're not really differentiating between parameters of the map method and parameters of a callback function inside map method.
It
So
means
because
here.
those are two different, like totally different. Hold on, let me request.
On parameters of callback.
So let's go back to our regular map method. Okay, so when we simply need to multiply element by 2, so we just say element, return element times 2, right? So where is the parameter of a map function here?
Element.
Element.
No?
No, it's array.
No?
Oh no.
Oh, parameter is nums, right?
Parameter is this whole
I'm
thing.
done.
Everything.
Okay. It's callback, yeah.
Parameter of a map function is actually another function.
Mhm.
Okay.
So think of it in this way, because it's the same thing.
Mhm.
The parameter of a map function is another function. That's why it's called higher order method, because the parameter that it accepts is another function. Okay?
Mhm.
So this function is called a callback function, right? It's anonymous because it's a callback. It doesn't need a name, right? But it can be anything. Like you can actually create like a whole separate function and then call it here, but it will confuse you even more. So we will just stick with anonymous function. So this function has a parameter, which is what?
Element.
Element.
Mhm.
So this element is not a parameter of a map method. It's a parameter of this function. Okay?
Mhm.
So then we return element times 2. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is a callback that we're discussing here.
This function.
Yeah, it's just callback. It's a parameter, right? So when we create our custom method and we say this is a callback,
Mhm.
so this callback is like, it can be anything, right? Theoretically, because it's just a parameter. So this function has no awareness of what callback means.
Yeah.
So it can be anything, therefore it can be a function. That's why we're able to call it in such a way. Okay. So when I say this callback can accept two more parameters, which is index and array, right? I mean that these are parameters of this callback function, not a map method. So if I want to add more parameters to this callback function, it means where should I add them?
Here, 65. Oh, sorry. On 65,
65.
line 65.
Okay.
I said 58.
Well, 58 for
Yes.
implementation, right? Definitely. And 65 for calling it, right? So let's first add it on 58. So how do we add it?
58.
After this dot I,
Okay,
comma, index and array.
exactly. Comma, index, which is I, and array. So what is an array? Which array?
This.
This, exactly. So now let's say we want to multiply our element. Why do we have extra parentheses here?
I mean,
Just in case.
So now we have element in index, right? So let's say we want to multiply element by index for some reason. So now we can do that. There we go. Okay.
In 15, yeah.
And if we add array, so let's say we just want to console log array for some. There we go. So why does the result look like this?
Because you're not returning it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you guys were practicing map in your classes, no?
But we did like, you know, this part without these things, we just element equal this arrow function and then.
Okay.
Why did we only practice in projects, not this kind of?
Okay. So now you know. So whenever you create a callback, think of the callback as a like complete, function, because it is.
Another function, yeah.
Yeah. And don't confuse parameters of callback function with parameters of map method. Those are different things. The same with filter, the same with for each, the same with reduce. Okay.
Why it is so returning undefined? Sorry.
Because right now our new array is full of undefined parameters, undefined elements.
Because you just console log, right?
Yeah, same will happen for like real array method, map method. Because map is supposed to return a new array with modified elements from the previous array. So now with that, we're not doing anything, we're just console logging, that's why.
Okay, so now it is kind of array is empty, right?
Yeah, we console log the original array and our new array, it's not returned and it's just empty.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's implement, now that you kind of have experience with higher order methods, let's implement filter. actually, we have 20 minutes left. Do you guys want to continue doing this, or do you want to talk about DevTools?
What was the death?
Yeah, let's talk about DevTools.
Yeah, and then we can implement filter when we meet.
Okay, cool.
No,
So
private.
that will be your homework then.
Okay.
Filter.
Okay, let me 1 second. So let's talk about DevTools. Give me 1 second. Let me bring my browser back to this window. Okay, let me start sharing. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Can you see YouTube?
Yeah.
That's good. So let's talk about DevTools. So most of the things that we're going to discuss you probably already know, but just in case you guys weren't aware. Okay, so you guys have mostly used DevTools in terms of like when we were building HTML and CSS projects, right? Okay, so when you're working on a project, sorry. Okay, so let's start with, oh, 1 second. Let me connect my mouse. It's very uncomfortable. Can you guys see?
Yep.
Underneath this, underneath this. Okay, cool. So as you can see, I watch really weird stuff in here. Like it's a huge mess of like different, very interesting compilation of like my 10 different personalities.
Oh, I watch those guys too.
Which ones? These ones?
Yes.
Oh, they're nice. Yeah. And I'm just obsessed with John Oliver, so he will probably be like on my top recommendation list. And occasionally I rewatch Doctor House. I don't know if you guys watched it, but it's a really nice.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so
And
sometimes,
sweet Peppa.
yeah, that's my daughter's favorite thing. So yeah. Anyway, if you guys, which parts of like DevTools have you used so far?
Console a lot.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay, so what are these?
Errors.
They're failed request errors, right? If I refresh the page, okay, you will see that some of the requests are failing. Okay, so if I look at the network tab here, have you guys opened network tab before?
Yeah.
So what do you guys know about network tab?
We can see this error stuff. We can just open it, or another stuff also. We can open it and how to say, to see what we will get. There's
Cool.
some information about this API and then what
Mm-hmm.
kind of data is there.
Nice.
And
Okay.
status also.
Cool. Okay. So in the network tab, you can see which requests are successful with a status of 200, which requests are unsuccessful. Usually it's 400 or 500, right? And you can see the types of requests that are, if you look at the icons here, right? This icon means it's an fetch, like XHR request. So you can see the type of request here. It's either XHR or fetch, right? And you can actually, so when you're working on a large project, you can see that there's like, there can be like dozens of requests made at the same time. And sometimes you need to debug specific requests, right? So you can use this panel here to sort the requests that you want to see. So for example, if you click all, you will see all of the requests. You see it's a lot more. And I haven't done even like anything. I have just loaded the a homepage, and you can already see that it's making like, I don't know how many, like at least 100 requests, right? So you can see all of the requests here, but let's say you want to see only XHR. So then you click on fetch XHR. Usually those are the requests that you'll be working with. You can see the sort of doc. I think it's the, I'm not sure what doc means. Yeah, you guys will have to look it up. But for example, these are like all the CSS files that are being loaded. You see? CSS files. These are JavaScript files, different fonts, images, media files. The rest I never dealt with, so I don't know. But just know that at work, when you are dealing with like specific requests, you can see, you can sort them, and in this tab, it makes your life so much easier to when they're sorted. So when you look at the request, you can see the status of the request, the type, right? Initiator, so basically who initiated the request, size of the payload. You can see the time, how much time it takes for the request to like finish, right? So this is also very important. And if you click on it, so let's go back to fetch. If you click on it, you can see here's like a lot of different information about this request. Have you guys looked into this tab before?
No, I think no. Yeah, I think so. Once Marat showed that, but not really.
Not so deep.
Yeah.
Okay. So being able to read these requests is very important, because requests have like similar structure, right? So first is the request URL. So basically this is the URL that you are making the request to. You know, when you fetch for data, you use fetch, and then you pass the string as a URL. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So this is basically the URL. Okay. So the request URL is the one that you write in your fetch function. That's the URL. Request method, in this case, it's a get method. It means that we are requesting information from the server. So I think most of the requests that you have dealt with are get requests. You guys haven't dealt with like post, patch, or anything like that, right?
No.
Okay, so we will talk about...
Yeah, we did once, yeah, with Azamat.
Yeah, that was wild.
But he just showed us, and that's it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't
So,
practice it.
So you guys will practice that a lot more during your React classes probably, but if not, like closer to the end of the cohort, we can go over different request methods. And maybe I can find an API endpoint that lets us practice them, but maybe a little bit later. Right? I think now it's get requests are enough. And the status code is the status code that is returned to us by the server, right? So in this case, it's 200. Okay, so like all of the 200 category requests are fine, right? That's why when you're dealing with a network request, usually you're say like if response.status is like 200, then do this. If it's not, do something else, right? So all the 200s are okay. 400s are usually like some kind of authorization issues. 500s are something wrong with the server. So just go over like my advice, go over the status codes, what they mean in general, and maybe learn some of the status codes by heart. So for example, 200 is okay. So this is something that you should know. Or like 402, I think is like authorization issue. 500 is like bad gateway or something. So like some of the popular status codes, it's good to just learn them by heart. Okay. All right. So here we have response headers. So for example, access control allow credentials, access control allow origin. So this, I think these two determine whether you will get a course error. Have you guys received a course error? I think you have. Like
yes, we did.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is like cross-origin policy. So usually what happens is like before requesting something from the server, the browser will send a pre-flight request, which will either return something like this. So the result of the pre-flight request will determine whether you will get a course error or not. Okay, so just remember that before the request, there will be a pre-flight request, and that will determine whether the server will allow you to like get some data or not, and that determines like if you will get a course error or not. Okay. So here, for example, you can see also content type. In this case, it's JSON, right? And the char set, standard char set. Cross-origin resource policy is cross-origin, so it's fine. Like we are receiving the data, we didn't get a course error. Date of the request, probably some expiration date. I don't know why we need this. Usually also there's like, I think the server means type of server, and usually this kind of information is like hidden. So they don't actually send you the type of server that they're using. Why? Because it makes your application more like vulnerable to hackers. So usually they don't show you. Okay, what else? What else is interesting? Yeah, here, like you can see the path, right? So it's the page ID. So that's the path that we're using. Again, the method.
Can you show where the search is search attribute?
When I search for something?
So no, Marat showed us to send the data. So when we are opening up, so yeah, when we are, for example, what was it? Sending ID with a URL. So attaching it to URL.
Yeah.
And he said that it's somewhere in here.
It's right here.
Yeah, but it was in a different, no, it was in a different attribute, like which called search, no? I thought it's a special place, search, something like that. Here, no?
Okay, let's clear it. Let's clear the network. And let's open, for example, this video. Okay, now you see that it's like a whole different set of requests sent, right? So now let's investigate. I think that's the one.
It was that the query,
Search query.
search query, or query selector, something. But I remember it was this under search attribute or not.
Okay, let's try to search for something then. Let's clear the network and search for Peppa. Peppa goes to Italy. So now we're sending a different request. You see? Okay, so yeah, you mean this one?
No, it's so it's no, it's not from the search input. When for example, when you are selecting, so we're working in, what is it, project, cocktail project, for example. It returned all the cocktails, but we need to send get the ID of cocktail and open it in a new page, new HTML page. And one way we did store the ID of the cocktail in the local storage, but another way he showed us to send it, to attach it, that cocktail ID to that HTML page which we created. For example, single cocktail HTML, and in the end, that ID he put it somewhere, and he showed it somewhere in this dev tool how to see that. So now I'm trying to get his code just to.
Okay. So while you're searching for it, so let's say we searched for Peppa, right? So now we are making request to a different endpoint, right? Because we're searching for something. And this is a post request. Why? Because we are sending the data. So if you look at the payload here, you can see that we are sending the data, which is a search query, Peppa Italy, right? That's the query that we searched for. So we are sending this request and we're saying, hey, give me all of the videos that that satisfy this search query, okay? And here is the response. The response that we receive, you see, it's quite lengthy. So basically, that's all of the videos, you see, all of the videos that we receive with this search query that satisfy our search. So for example, yeah, it's hard to understand what this is, but basically here, estimated results. What is it? So like a whole bunch of them, right? And then the content. Yeah, you see here, for example, so the content of this response will be a bunch of videos. So the content here is an array of videos, basically. So for example, video ID is this, thumbnail, right? Thumbnail is what? Thumbnail is the, oh, okay, thumbnail is this one, this little preview thingy, which has its own URL, and the width is 360 and height is 202. So this is the thumbnail. And this video has its own thumbnail, its own title. So title is Flying to Italy. Okay, so if we check, it's this one, you see? Exactly this one. You see the title is Flying to Italy, Peppa Pig full episodes. And here it also says Flying to Italy, the little airplane icon, Peppa Pig full episodes. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just, you know, right now you're dealing with like smaller sets of data, but which is fine because you're just learning, but at work you will be dealing with larger sets of data, and you should be able to like dig into them and find whatever you need to find, right? So recently I was dealing with one of the tasks where I was changing basically something in the CMS, but these changes, they would show up in the result of the network request. And I didn't know where exactly. So I spent like 2 hours just searching, reading this network request and searching where it was supposed to show up. And the response was not like small items like this one. They were like really long, really like huge items, and it was really hard to read them. So just be aware that you should be able to like look at the response, look through what the response is, and try to like search for, you know, something that that you need to find. Yeah. So yeah, just when you have time, go to like any social media like Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and look like make a bunch of requests. Look at them, look what they return, look at their responses, try to understand what their response means. Yeah, this will be a good practice for you. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, I sent to the chat that what Marat how he did this, how he added ID for cocktail into the HTML.
Yeah.
So, but and then he was showing how to see it in this dev tool, but I don't remember how he did. So, did you ever use this way?
I think.
But was it part of the request? Because this is just a link.
Yeah, this is link, but
we had it in local storage, right? No.
So no, it was first option, but this was second option. How to send this ID cocktail, ID drink with a, so yeah, he attached it to this drink HTML, and he showed us how to see to find it in DevTool, but I don't remember.
Yeah, if you can open that project and run it, then maybe we can see.
Okay, yeah. So maybe we can do it later, so next time, because it's not installed. It's just a file now. Yeah. So I can open it and try to find it. But if it's not, yeah, next week we'll share the results, or we'll ask you to help.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So here's a little like look into the network. Also in the console, here like the console is not so messy, but on some projects you will see like once the application is loaded, you will see like a bunch of different messages, errors, warnings, etc. And it can be overwhelming, especially if you're trying to console log something and you see that there's like a whole bunch of them happening, right? So what you can do is you can use, have you guys used the filters here?
No.
So you can turn off warnings and errors, and you can see only info. So like if you're console logging something, you will only see your console log messages here. Okay?
Okay.
But don't forget to return to default levels, because then if you're getting some kind of error or warning and you will not see it, And if you push your code with like, and your code is generating some kind of warning, it will be an issue. Okay, so once you're done, just make sure that you return to like custom levels. So you want to see info, warnings, and errors at the same time. Okay, cool. Let's see what else. Yeah, here you can also see like, so here they're like sorted, I would say. So for example, 6 errors, and if you like click on this arrow button thingy, you will see that what kind of errors, or like one user message, what kind of message, warnings, etc. Yeah, so it's easier to see this way sometimes. Okay, so that's what this button does. Oh, also like really cool thing that you can do on the console. So for example, let's say you want to debug some kind of UI thingy. So for example, you want to check if all of the titles or like subtitles or something are showing up on the UI, for example, right? But how are you going to know how many subtitles you're currently getting? So let's say your network response was like the first, I don't know, 100 videos, right? So you're supposed to have 100 subtitles, but you're not going to count them because it can be 100, it can be 200, it can be more, right? So how do you know, like, for example, this subtitle, like probably these subtitles, since they have same style, most probably with like 99% probability, they will have some kind of similar class name, right? So what you can do first is to get the class name, you can click on that specific element and click inspect. So immediately it will show you this span with this subtitle. Item, style, scope. Oh, is it this one? Hold on. Yeah, it is. Let's search for title, actually. I think it will make more sense. Hold on. So if you click on title, inspect, it should show you the title right away. Yeah, video title. So it has an ID of video title, and it has probably a class name of YouTube video renderer. Okay, let's see. So it's this one. Inline title icon. Okay. Okay, so this one, yeah, video title. So what you can do is you can right click on this one and see like a bunch of options here. You can add attribute, edit attribute, edit as HTML, which will let you like do some edits here if you want to check how this edit will affect the UI immediately. So you can do it here. But we are interested in copy. Okay, so here you can either copy element, copy the outer HTML, or copy selector, right? So selector, do you guys remember in DOM classes? Oh, you're still in DOM, sorry. Right? You guys are still doing DOM projects. So you remember selectors. So what you can do is copy the selector or copy JavaScript path. So we're gonna do that. Which one was it? This one? Copy JavaScript path. Okay, and then you can open console. And if you paste it, you see document query selector, video title, right? But we need all of them. So you do all. And here you can see that it returns you a node list of 54. So immediately you can see that right now you are rendering 54 video titles. Okay, so like this kind of shortcuts that you can use on DevTools really like make your life easier sometimes. It's easier to debug this way. Or you can just do you can see like the whole node list here, or you can do I don't know, something like titles equals to this, right? And then console log titles, right? Or titles dot length, for example, and you see 54. Wait, was it 54? Yeah, it is 54. So this kind of like little, things that are helpful. Try to also use them when you're working on your projects, just for your own practice. Okay, I guess you know about the filter, right? You can filter anything. So let's say you want to find like node list. So you can type node and it will show you all of the content in the console that has node in it. Okay. So we talked about network, performance. So the performance tab can actually show you the performance. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, there you go. So here it will show you your performance. So for example, how much time loading of your requests take. So in total, it's 97 milliseconds. Scripting means how much time it takes for all of your scripts to run. So all of the JavaScript file to run. Rendering, probably just rendering all the items on the UI. Painting, it's more related to CSS, which is like the shortest one in this case. Yeah, so this is like sometimes helpful to see if your application is taking too long to load, like what exactly is taking longer time. And usually it's scripting, of course. And here you can see like all of the, so like network requests, frames, so like the video frames that are being loaded, animations. Up. Yeah. What else we have there? I have never looked into this once, so I don't know. Media, I guess like media files. Okay. So just be aware that this performance tab exists and you can see some of your performance metrics here. Okay. Here in the memory tab, I don't know, I've never really used it, but you can take like snapshots of your memory usage, I think. So like current memory usage, I think. 1 second, let's wait for it to. Okay, do I have? Yeah, so it's showing you like currently your application. What's the like memory that it's using? Okay, so like how many objects, how many arrays, how many regexes, etc. Event listeners.
Asel, so about the regular expressions, how much do we need to know about regular expressions?
Oh, don't worry about them too much. They're just basically regular expressions. You mostly use them to sometimes, for example, when you need to get rid of all the white spaces in your string.
Yeah,
Right?
but it's not much required during the interview or.
No. Nobody's gonna ask you about it. Don't worry.
Okay.
When you need to learn about them, you will learn about them. Don't worry. Okay. Don't spend too much time on it. So yeah, this is like, basically it's telling you which part of your code is like occupying the percentage of the memory allocated for your application. So like most of it is compiled code, which makes sense. And then functions. I don't know what system means. Strings, objects, etc., etc., etc. So this is memory. Your application, you guys are already familiar with local storage. For example, my local storage on YouTube, like what is it storing, right? Let's see. My device ID, auto navigation disabled. I don't know what it means, probably some kind of user settings. Last result entry key. So I guess that's like last, I don't know, search result or something. Fuller screen. Yeah, so just a bunch of like player quality. Oh, okay, so this is like default player quality. You know, when you play a video, right? So you have like quality. So, okay, so right now it's back to 1800. But here, for some reason, it says, oh, you see, it's updated. The current quality is 1080, previous quality 480. So like next video that I play will probably be played in 1080 because it's stored in my local storage. Now if I change again, where's the quality? Quality. So let's say 240. You see? Now it's 240 and previous quality is 180. So that's just a bunch of like user settings that YouTube is storing about me so that my next user experience will be better. Okay, does it make sense? So this is like the kind of data that you want to store in the local storage. Let's see what this is. I don't know, this doesn't make sense to me. Okay, how about session storage? Okay, just a bunch of information that they need probably for me. Okay. Sometimes when you need to like clear cache, you can just right click and it can be like normal reload, which is normal refresh, hard reload, or empty cache and hard reload. Sometimes you need this to like fully refresh your application. This always helps. If you're making updates and you don't see them on the UI, sometimes it helps to just do empty cache and hard reload. And because some stuff is just cached, so you want to see like new stuff. I've never dealt with security tab, but I guess they're checking your protocol, like whether you're using HTTPS versus HTTP. Do you guys know the difference between HTTP and HTTPS?
Yeah, security, network HTTPS. Yeah, security protocol, right?
Yeah, so basically, right now browsers are enforcing all of the network requests to follow the security protocol. This HTTPS, right? Basically, the security part is enforced on the server. So they're enforcing like some kind of security protocol on the server to protect all of the requests that we're making. Okay. But yeah, you might want to read more about HTTP, HTTPS requests. What happens when user searches something, let's say on Google, and clicks on the link? Like, what happens next? This is like one of the popular interview questions. So then you have to know about the request that they're making, DNS lookup, IP address, like how we are connecting to the server, how the data is being sent to us, this kind of like processes. It's good to be able to explain them in case they ask you that in an interview. Okay. So
Yes.
like,
No, I said yes, yeah. It's very deep.
yeah, it's a huge topic. Like, if you guys want some time closer to the end of this cohort, we can discuss this kind of things, like what's I don't know, just in general about HTTP protocol, about WebSockets, about security, authentication, authorizations, these kind of things, but I think it's a bit too early. Now I want you to focus more on like learning basic stuff. Yeah. That should be the priority. But in the meantime, like if you have time, you can read up on these kind of things, and somewhere closer to like your graduation, we can talk about some extra stuff like that, because that will be like a whole different class and it will take some time to understand. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Oh, they're using Redux. I didn't know. Cool. You guys will learn about Redux later. Okay. So this is just like a brief overview of these DevTools. And try to, whenever you're working on like a bigger application in your React projects as well, try to investigate everything, like all the tabs, click through, just see what's happening there, just, you know, for your own understanding. Yeah. So, and maybe like the projects that you're building currently, because they're not big projects, so it will not be so interesting. But when you're, I don't know, just looking for something, or just on your like Facebook or Instagram, go to DevTools and see what's happening there. Yeah, it will be very helpful. Like especially requests, go to the requests, see what's happening there, try to understand, click through, read through. Okay. You will not be able to see everything, but the requests that you're able to see, especially payloads, they will be like the interesting ones. Okay. All right. Good. Any questions?
No questions
from me.
No questions, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's it for today then.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zarina. Thank you, Lavinia.
Thank you.
too.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for joining and have a good week. I will see
Yep.
you for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.